1 month with the Apple Watch Ultra, so I wanted to make an update video for you. What I've done over the last 4 weeks is whenever I've come across sort of an issue or I've had a thought about the watch or an opinion, then I've written it down on my notes app, and I've made about 15 or 16 of these notes and thoughts about this watch. So it might help you decide whether or not to pull the trigger to buy it or whether the Series 8 is a better option. So that's what we're going to do in this video. Number one, the OCEANIC Plus app is definitely going to be subscription based. So if you're planning on waiting for that or buying this watch to use as a specific dive app, just know that there is going to be a monthly charge for that application. And for the fact that we're buying this watch for a premium price anyway, I thought those features were going to be included. That was one of the selling points of this watch. Not that I'm going to go diving with it. I was going to test it out on holiday next year and make a whole video about it, but now you need to know that that's going to be a subscription based service. That's a little bit disappointing, I've got to say. Number two, a feature that you must turn on is that you can turn on optimized charging, which only charges the watch battery up to 80% and then stops, because that helps preserve the longevity of the lithium battery in this watch. If you didn't know, you shouldn't be charging your batteries up to 100%. It just reduces the battery life. So same with the phone, same with the watch. You can actually turn on optimized charging. That helps with longevity. A little tip for you, make sure that's turned on, and that will help. While we're on the subject of battery, I've been easily getting 2.5, stretching to 3. I got it down to about 3 days, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was 9%. The battery life is a lot better, and that's something I did mention in my previous video. Yes, I know it's not as good as something like the Garmin Phoenix S7 or whatever it is, but it is probably a better sports watch. If you're after something like that with a longer battery life, the solar version goes up to something like 30 days. The normal version has something like 7 days. So yes, the battery life isn't as good as a Garmin watch or other watches out there either, but for an Apple Watch user coming from a normal series watch, you will be astounded and you will be impressed, and it will make a difference to the way you wear and use your watch. For instance, I've been using it to track my sleep, and that is something important, especially as we get older, to keep an eye on your sleep patterns to make sure you're getting enough sleep, and that is something I've been doing a lot more over the last 4 weeks, definitely. And it's been quite interesting to find out the information about what my sleep quality is like, and that probably will help me live a better life. So maybe that's a small difference and probably not what this watch is built for, but the fact that the battery life lasts for nearly 3 days really does help for that particular feature. One thing I did find out about the battery life is that if it is below 30% when you do go to sleep, then the alarm feature within the sleep app doesn't work. It has to be above 30% for the alarm to go off in the morning, and that's a little bit of an annoying feature. You would have thought an alarm wouldn't take up that much energy or that much battery, so if it was below even 10%, I would have thought the watch would have been able to sound an alarm. So I don't know why that's in there. Maybe they can update that in a software update, but a little bit of an annoying feature, something to know. The action button. Now, yeah, it's a bit of a gimmick, I've got to admit. It's not something that you're going to use every day, but I have got it set up to turn on my torch. Something to know is that if you're waking up in the middle of the night, if you want to use your torch and you've got the watch on sleep mode, the action button doesn't work. For obvious reasons, you don't want to be pressing that in the middle of the night and the torch coming on and waking up the room, and you don't want to be starting a workout by accident in the middle of the night either. But it does mean if you want to use a torch, then you have to turn sleep off to use the action button to activate your torch. That's another little peccadillo that I've come across whilst using the watch. Another thing with the action button is that for some reason, and now tell me in the comments down below what I'm missing, but there should be an option in the action button to customize it to a shortcut within the shortcut app and change the action button to anything I want. You should be able to do that, but on my particular device, maybe it's only available in the US, but in the UK, on my device, on my watch, on my app, I haven't got the option to customize it via a shortcut on the action button menu inside the watch app. So I don't know what that's about. If you do know, let me know in the comments down below. One more thing on sleep and battery life, you can extend the battery life at night if you put it into theatre mode, and then sleep app does still work whilst it's in sleep mode. So I've put it on sleep, I then activate theatre mode, which does reduce the battery life, the screen time and everything if you do turn over and activate it at night. Does help with the battery life. That was one of my subscribers who made a comment on my previous video. Thank you for that one. So that might help some of you out there as well. Theatre mode, whilst in sleep mode does work and does help with the battery life. So that might extend it to the full 3 days. A few people said in the comments in my last video that the watch is bulky. You're wrong, it's not bulky. It is bigger than the normal series of Apple Watch, but I do not notice a difference compared to wearing a Series 8, Series 7, Series 6. I've owned every Apple Watch since the Series 0 and I don't notice any weight difference, any size difference whilst actually wearing the watch. Of course it's bigger, of course the screen is bigger and it is bulkier, but it doesn't feel it when it's on your wrist. So if that's something you're worried about, don't worry about it. I would suggest that it would be okay for you. I've found it perfect, very light, very comfortable to wear. Something else to note about night, I know I'm talking about night a lot, but these are the things I've picked up from wearing this 24 hours a day. The Ocean Band is a bit uncomfortable at night. I've found that if I wear this at night, it does dig in. I'm getting the marks from the ridges on my wrist when I wake up in the morning. Obviously it depends on how you sort of lying in bed and what sort of position you take up, but I've found that this is not the most comfortable band. It is the most durable and it is probably the only one I'd recommend is worth the £100 price tag, but the other two are more comfortable. The Alpine Loop and the Trail Loop especially, extremely comfortable. If it wasn't for my dirty job that I do during the day full-time basis, I'd be wearing the Alpine Loop full-time, but because it tends to get a bit grubby, I've found that I'm having to wash this on a regular basis to keep it clean. So yeah, depending on what you do, if you work in an office, it's still going to get a bit grubby from rubbing on the desk and stuff. So depending on what colour you have, the Trail Loop is going to get grubby, but if it's a darker colour, you probably won't notice it as much. But with the orange, it does stand out. It has got a bit grubby. I've had to clean it a few times since owning it. Also with the bands, these two absorb water. So if you're planning on wearing this 24 hours a day, then if you're showering, bathing, going swimming, then these two aren't perfect for swimming. The Ocean Band is obviously going to be better for water sports and things like that, and you're not going to have to dry it out after you've used it in a water-based scenario. That's something else to think about. Apart from that, all three bands pretty fantastic, and those are just some of the thoughts I've had from wearing them over the last 4 weeks. Do note that your old bands are compatible unless you've got the smaller version of the watch. The 44, 45, 49 are all compatible with the Apple Watch Ultra. I've been using this Midnight Blue for work from my last 44mm Series 6. Fully compatible, works really well, and these bands are really good and they're going to last a long time. It is a bit grubby, but it's just perfect for work and they are compatible. A small thing that has made a difference to my personal life is the night mode on the Wayfinder watch face. Brilliant watch face. I've got it customized a couple of different ways depending on what watch strap I've got on the watch, but the fact that you can twist that night mode to turn it to night mode is an absolute game changer if you're doing a lot of action at night. I drive a lot at night and that does really help me. With reflections on windscreens, on windows, it can be a bit distracting if you've got some kind of white watch face like that one. Just a little twist of the digital crown, it goes to night mode. That is a feature that's specific to the Wayfinder watch face on the Apple Watch Ultra, and it's something I really, really love. I didn't think that feature would make a difference to my life. That hasn't made a huge difference to my life, admittedly, but it is a really nice feature, and it's something that I use every single day. I'm not an extreme sports person, so I haven't been testing this out to its full capability. I'm just your normal average user, and I've noticed, although I don't do a hell of a lot on my Apple Watch, that navigating around the apps, navigating around alarms, navigating full stop on the flatter, bigger screen on the Apple Watch Ultra is just a nicer experience. Obviously, the bigger the screen is, the easier it is going to be to navigate around a device, but I've just found that the flat screen just makes it a little bit easier. I'm not a massive fan of the curved design of the normal Apple Watch faces, but that's something that's been really enjoyable to use, and the nice chromed, shiny ridge all around this watch face just gives it a little bit more of a premium look. It has stood out. It has been noticed by people that have seen this on my wrist. A lot of people have asked me what it is, didn't know about it, wanted to know. It's a really beautiful design. I think, personally, I think it really looks nice and it does turn heads. So yeah, that is something that I've noticed as well over the last few weeks. Speaker and microphone are pretty amazing, in all honesty. The phone calls I've made, the phone calls I've received, the Siri dictation seems to be a lot more accurate on the watch. People don't know that I'm using my watch to make phone calls. Nobody's mentioned bad audio quality or anything. I've been outdoors, wind. These, of course, have got the smart microphones on there that sort of balance out the wind noise, whichever direction it's coming from. They are very good. People do not notice that you're using your watch. You don't have to hold it up to your wrist like this to talk. You can just do normal things with your hands and talk, and people aren't saying they can notice any noticeable call quality drop. They are very, very good. I've felt a lot more confident with this on my wrist, having the sapphire glass on there as well. My last watch, the Series 6, is pretty badly beat up. I don't know if you can see that you can see the big scratch right down the center of it, and that was from work. Yeah, so but with this one, we've got the sapphire glass, one of the hardest man-made materials. It's going to last, it's going to be more rugged, and I feel a lot more comfortable with it on my wrist. And the fact that it is a little bit more chunky than a normal watch, you will knock it. I have knocked it a couple of times, but yeah, I just feel a lot more confident. So that's my experience of using this Apple Watch Ultra over the last 4 weeks. Some things to note, some things to think about, and hopefully it's made you think about whether or not you want to buy this watch. There is a link in the description if you do want to buy it through Amazon. They tend to have a few deals on there if it is available and in stock. But yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I do really like it. It's not life-changing, but it is a very, very nice premium looking, feeling, and operationally it's very nice and just works seamlessly with obviously your Apple iPhone if you've got one of those as well. So big fan of it. I'll keep you updated, so if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, pressing the bell, making sure you don't miss any future uploads. I will let you know of any other issues and problems and updates that we incur and encounter over the weeks and months to come, so stay tuned. But that's it for this one. I hope it helped. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.